Today, I'm going to be talking about how I overcame my depression at 22 years old. Get comfortable, put your earbuds on, or don't. I'm also working right now, so if you guys see me distracted, um, I do apologize. I'll try my best to stay focused, but at the same time, I got to keep an eye out. So, throughout my whole life, and I've gone through a lot. I've gone through things I probably won't share on here right now, or maybe anytime soon or ever, but I've gone through some really traumatic things, traumatic events in my life that have shaped a lot of how I became as a person. It's changed my view, it's changed everything. So, the moral of the story is I've experienced a lot. Everybody has their own story and they're all valid. I do believe depression is real. I do believe some people have different cases of it severe, mild, and very little. Everybody's valid for feeling how they feel. But in this case, I'm going to be talking about my journey, my story. Throughout, I would say junior high school to high school was a really tough time in my life. I was not good at school. I would get bullied physically and also verbally because of my weight, my looks, pretty much that's about it. My weight and my looks. I was a pretty big kid, and they would always just make fun of me, and it would hurt me a lot. It would hurt me more than people would think because I would kind of brush it off and tell them like, hey, it's okay, like it doesn't affect me. Like when deep down I would go home crying to my family, and my friends wouldn't know, nobody would know, only my mom and dad. And it came to a point where I was in high school and I'm like, I can't deal with this no more. It's just too much. Like I don't even enjoy waking up anymore because I don't want to go to school. So I actually went home. I went to homeschool, and a lot of people found it as a joke. A lot of people would make fun of it. They had their opinions on it, but personally, I didn't care because it was done. I was like, I can't handle this anymore. This is horrible. I created this negative mentality because I would be picked on all day, and it made me insecure about myself. I wouldn't trust people. I wouldn't trust myself now. I would stay in bed all day. I would sleep in. I would eat a lot. I would eat not because I was hungry, but because I was stressed. I was bored, and I just got even fatter. I got even more miserable. Um, I would take everything personally because I was so insecure. I'd be that kid that would wear hoodies out in 100 degrees weather. I wouldn't want to take my shirt off in the pool because I didn't want people to see how big I was. And I would fake a lot of things just to be happy. And I would bring in a lot of instant gratification just to make myself happy, whether that was a snack or a good meal or go smoke a joint or do whatever it is. I wouldn't do it for the right purpose. I would do it to kind of numb that pain, that feeling, and it became a bad habit because now that that time's over, I'm carrying on these bad habits, and now I have a problem with smoking. I have a problems with handling my emotions. So I would lash out on people. I would lash out on my family, my friends, and it just became this big ball, this big mess of just madness, and it was so bad. And most importantly, it would affect my friends and family and loved ones, and even more importantly, it would affect me because I had nothing to look forward to in my day or evening or at all. I just didn't want to wake up anymore. And yeah, I would read books. I would read a lot of self-help books, Jim Rohn, Gary Vee. And yeah, it would help me. It would temporarily help me. And then it became to a point where I'm like, I'm reading all these things, I'm doing what they say, but nothing's working. I'm still feeling the same. I just gave up. I was like, I can't do this. I'm doing everything I can and nothing's working. I can't do this. This is horrible. These books aren't doing nothing for me. Like I'm never gonna get out of this place. Like I'm just gonna be miserable forever. So okay, I would go smoke again, go create bad habits, continue bad habits, and create that horrible lifestyle I created because I was really depressed. It clicked for me recently. I would make myself the victim. I would always put myself down. I realized I have the decision. Do I want to stay depressed or do I want to be a badass fucking person? Do I want to continue this relationship with my mom that I have? Do I want to continue this relationship I have with my dad, with my friends, with my girlfriend? Go ahead, like continue these habits and your life's going to stay the same. That's something I would tell myself, and I kind of just sat there and it's like I'm tired of it. Like I'm so tired of feeling like this. I'm sure many of you guys have said this. I'm so tired of feeling like this is horrible. I had to make a change, and that's when I realized I have to make myself feel uncomfortable to get to a state of happiness. What do I mean by that? I had to tell myself, "Hey, you got to quit these habits. You got to quit waking up late. You got to quit smoking. You got to quit putting yourself down." I have to stop a lot of bad habits because it's creating this cycle of depression. And I would take everything personally. Every comment that my friends or my girlfriend or anybody would make, I'd put it, I'd be like, oh wow, like I can't believe you're saying that. And I would just turn it against myself, and it was just bad. I'm like, I have to stop doing that. It came to a point where I'm like, okay, if I want to get out of this deep hole that I've created for myself for so many years, it's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of pain to get to where I want to be at. This is the answer. This is the cure. This is what helped me. And honestly, like I can prove to you, like I have not said the word depressed. I have not felt depressed. I am not depressed. The answer to that is change your lifestyle. What is something I don't want to do? What is something that makes me uncomfortable? I asked myself, like I don't want to wake up early. Okay, I'm gonna start waking up early. Have a purpose in life. Another one is I would smoke a lot. Like, okay, I would smoke every night. I'd do this, do that, drink, whatever. Maybe I gotta cut this down to a minimal, even zero for a few weeks, maybe a couple months to really discipline myself and be like, hey, like I don't need weed. I don't need alcohol. I don't need any type of substance or drugs to make myself feel better. I can do this on my own. Watch. I can prove to myself I can do this on my own. And that's what I did. And that's when it really opened my eyes of, wow, like if I'm able to, to discipline myself to stop habits that I would do so much to make me feel comfortable, I can do anything. I feel unstoppable. The big chunk of this part is whatever you don't want to do, whatever you're like, oh my God, like that's so crazy, do that. That's what you need to do. Quit those bad habits and create those new good ones. If you find any of this kind of like, oh, like whatever, because I would, whenever my dad would tell me, or whenever I would watch these videos, these motivational videos of some mentors that I follow, I would kind of roll my eyes of just like, oh, like I don't gotta do that. Like that's too extreme or that's too whatever. That was myself saying, stay in that comfortable spot. Stay being fat. Stay being miserable. Stay having these horrible relationships with yourself and people around you. And now I realize, like, wow, like I was doing all this to myself when I should have been listening. That feeling of, oh, I don't have to listen, or you do that, but I'm gonna keep doing this. That's what was holding me behind. That's what was keeping me depressed. And that's the answer of like, okay, like I have to do something. I have to make the change. And that is what changed my perspective. That's when I was like, wow, after a few weeks of waking up, few days, few whatever, waking up early and eating right, exercising and changing my mindset. After changing those things, after the first few hours, after the first few hours, I was like, wow, I lost 10 pounds, almost 10 pounds in 4 days. Hello? I That is crazy. And once I saw that, once I saw the scale go down, once I felt my clothes feel a little different, once I saw the before and after of my face kind of coming down, sure I'm still a bit big, but dude, I'll tell you what though, once I saw that change, I was addicted. I just felt this hunger of I need to get it. I'm scared to go back to that old self. Once you're in this deep, you're not going to want to go back. Another major thing that I found out why I was depressed is I stopped doing the things I really loved. I stopped hanging out with the people I really cared about and who really cared for me. For example, I really loved fishing. I really loved being outdoors. I love sports. I'm a very active person, and while I was going through this big episode in my life, I realized I stopped doing all of that. I wouldn't go outside and hike. I wouldn't go to the gym. I wouldn't hang out with my family and not be on my phone. I wouldn't do all these things that I used to do when I was really happy. And I just lost myself. I was I was trying to be perfect for other people when I should have been perfect for myself. I was chasing that instant gratification that I couldn't make myself feel, but other people could, which is why I was trying my hardest to make sure everybody was happy when I wasn't happy myself, so they can make me feel happy. But at the end of the day, you have to make yourself happy. So once I realized, okay, things are going great, I'm gonna start doing what I used to like again. I've been going outside more. I'm a big hiker. I started going hiking more. I'm making videos. I've been trying to be a YouTuber. I've been trying to make, what is it, content creator. I've been trying to make videos for all my life. If you go to my main channel, you'll see videos and vlogs posted when I was, I don't know, what, 10 years old, 11 years old. That's over 10 years ago, bro. Like, this has been my passion. So I'm going to continue to do this. And I have so much love for this. I have so much passion. But I hope you guys can learn from this. I hope you guys can be inspired by this because that's what makes me happy. Not the views, not the money, but seeing other people get out of that hole that I was in, because I don't want nobody else to feel what I felt for these many years. It's so horrible. And that's why I do this for you guys, because I care for you guys. I may not know you personally. I may not ever meet you, but if this video does enough for you, if this video kind of pushes you to wake up early, to stop doing that thing you know you shouldn't do, that's what makes me sleep at night. That's what makes me happy. You guys ever have any questions or statements you want to tell me, leave me a comment. I promise you within the first 10 minutes, maybe hour at most, I will respond to you with a video or just a regular comment to keep it short and sweet. And I'll also leave my Instagram down below if you guys want to send me a follow or a message through there. I'll be more than happy to talk to you guys. And if anything, I'll give you guys a phone call if you need somebody to vent to. I'm here for you guys. Um, Depression is a real thing. Depression sucks. Um, but you can overcome that depression. You don't always need pills. You don't always need therapy. But everybody's different. Some people, therapy does help. Some people try to avoid therapy and try to figure it out themselves. And whatever decision you decide to make, do what makes you happy. But at the end of the day, to a certain extent, you can solve almost anything in your life that is not going well. The mind is a very powerful thing, and you can do so much with it. I personally have been depressed for 5 years, and I was in a spot where I'm like, I'm never going to be happy. I wanted to not be here anymore. I was miserable. I would cry. I would numb myself with so many things, but I came out of it, and I'm so happy. I have the best relationship now with my family. You matter. I matter. People care about you. I care about you. Everything's going to be okay. Just put yourself first before anybody else. And really, really, if you want to get out of this state, you have to make yourself uncomfortable to be happy. Being in that comfortable state, being in that comfortable bed, being in these comfortable situations where you know you don't have to do anything is what's keeping you in that sad mentality. Get uncomfortable, go work hard. All the people you see that you aspire to be, they're not laying in bed doing these things. They're out working hard, working their ass off. When's the best time to plant a tree? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Today or 5 years ago. You can't go back to the past. I'll make that change today.